Hello and welcome. I'm Peasant, and in this episode 5, I'm going to be carrying on. And I've thanks so much, everyone, for all your comments and tips and stuff. No one gave me the tip to actually remember to press record before I started a run, and I just did a run, chatting away, and didn't record it. So I've kind of jumped a run by a single run. I did chicken out before the Lich. I've got loads of new resources, including memory fragments that I got from cards, kind of overflowing. But yeah, thanks everyone so much for your tips. Largely, my ability now to build these things is almost entirely consequent of all those tips. So thanks. So I think I've accumulated quite a lot of resources in my last run. Tried out a lot of stuff. Okay, so we could unlock the smithy or the farm. We've already got a farm. Let's have a smithy then. I don't know where a smithy wants to be. Let's actually read the actual mouse over. There's always some work for a blacksmith, apocalypse or not. Lets you start an expedition with basic warrior's gear. Unlocks the ability to craft tools for the camp if supply depot is built. I'm guessing that's something up here. Maybe. Oh yeah, this here. Supply depot. Okay. So I'm gonna build the smithy. Smithy. And if it's anything like this, I don't know. Maybe they want stuff around them. Obviously this guy's Scotch. By the anvil of the seven seas, that's a small forge. Okay, that's enough of that. Yo ho ho! You have no idea how I've missed the heat of a furnace and the smell of metal. We'll have some good tools now. You can be sure of it, lad. You'll even be able to use something during those trips of yours. You're quite enthusiastic. Something tells me you're not a stranger to seamanship. Shiver me hammers. How did you know? It doesn't matter though. You're right. Don't worry. I'll prove to you, maybe two in there, to you that these hands can hold a hammer as good as they can hold a helm in a storm, and for a dozen days in a row if needed. Well, thanks. We've got a potential upgrade here. Looks like as well. So we're going to start with some basic warrior's gear, and then we've something for the future. But it looks like we've got the ability to upgrade the herbalist's art. Yeah, we'll do that then. Camps item slots +1. Oh well, we'll just click the button. Oh, I love this art. Oh, I'm just my face is actually in place of the hero's face. That's okay. There's much more room here now to express my gratitude. I'll tell you a healing recipe: 15 lemons, 2 spoons of honey, 3 heads of garlic, and 10 ears of wheat. Thanks for that. Throw it all in a pot of water and let it brew for a bit. Best remedy for sore joints. Don't give me that look. You'll be thanking me in 15 years or so. Yeah, I will. I will doubtless be thanking you. So yeah, I did just do a run, but I didn't record it. So yeah, I was sharing all the things I'd learned. It was glorious, but you know, sometimes things like that happen. I think I'm going to go with these cards. But I feel like I was kind of solidifying all the wonderful things that chat told me. Chat? That comment? I don't know what you call I don't know what these things are called. Who even are you people? So we just got very vanilla starting stuff, as you'd expect. So yeah, so in my last run, I took a very different approach to the previous one. The one that is not available, the one that I did not record because mistakes were made. I'm going to put Vampire Mansion there. Yeah, so I'm kind of conserving these mountains of rocks until I kind of really need to use them. Though I did start building, I built a big mountain. I did lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff. Alright, let's have some spiders somewhere. Let's put some over here. So yeah, there's not much point in plating a lot of terrain tiles till later on. I mean, I was saving my meadows as well for oh yeah, we don't have a ring on. Let's have a ring. Damage to all. We'll have some of that. So I was saving a lot of my cards rather than playing everything. It was, a glorious level up in Peasant World. Okay, this is just a much better weapon. So yeah, I think we want to try and, you know, fight as many vampires as we can. And I don't know if there's something to be said for just like hardly playing any cards at all. You know, is that I mean, that might be something to try out and run very deliberately right from the start, just like hardly play anything at all, and just not advance this track. Because every time you go around the loop, the enemies all level up, so you do have to expect, you know, that is a thing. It's a thing. There's a thing you have to play around. So yeah, no rush to play these rocks and stuff. I'm a new peasant, reinvigorated with all the new information. Okay, a village. So yeah, oh yeah, we definitely want to have a vampire village. So yeah, this is something that was recommended by a few people to me in the comments. So just give it a mouse over. I'll just give it a mouse over. So it's a ransacked village. The farmers couldn't fight off a hungry vampire. They could still fight you off though. So it spawns up to 4 ghouls once per loop. Transforms something useful after 3 loops. And I won't spoil it. Hopefully I'll remember to check in on it in 3 loops time. I live in hope. Okay, so getting a little bit of. Looks like you still heal in there, even though it's ransacked. Okay, so we definitely want to put the battlefield out. Yeah, here feels good because it's just after the cozy camp. And I'm going to start making a mountain up here, especially as we're about to get to, you know, we're about to heal. And my new technique. Once I've got the Harpy Mountain, I might start using my gravel for other things. It's to just maybe have a few mountains as side buns. But I'm trying to make my big mountain here, this 3x3. That's the idea anyway. Okay, ooh, this looks like a juicy upgrade, and it is. It's a very juicy upgrade. Okay, and that also is just a straight upgrade. So we don't have lots of fancy stuff. Alright, so we've got a treasury, and this is partly why I'm wanting to save meadows and things, is for the sake of the treasury. So I'm going to but I am going to place the treasury kind of now, and maybe this is going to be a kind of slightly wild area. So maybe we'll put a blood grove around here as well. But it'd be nice to. I think it's good to just have a load of treasuries kind of next to each other, like here, here, and here, or something like that, or here. I don't think there's any space there. You need to be able to finish it. I mean, it might be easier to finish if it don't use roadside tiles. I think I'm gonna go with here, and then try and focus roadside tiles in here at first, and then place other treasuries. We could put that village there. Because every time you pass through things like villages, you do gain extra stuff. That actually means that's 2 despoiled villages next to each other, which is intriguing. I kind of want to put the blood grove up here, but I guess we need a space for a grove, because you don't get those blood groves without actual groves. I don't make the rules. This is just a damage increase. So cemeteries do apparently they're pretty dangerous fights, but they also give good loot. So, but maybe we'll have that over here, and this could be where we put our blood grove. Wow, look at these guys! I think this is the first time I fought these ghouls. They do not look thrilled to be alive. That's a big defense increase. And they're healing constantly from the vampire. Okay, got ourselves a mountain. Oh, some pretty juicy loot. So this has some damage to all, but good deal less defense, and that's just a straight up better weapon. Okay, all right. So the way I think I can get away with having kind of, as long as I don't add 3 on the sides, I can get, this works. And because I'm kind of at full-ish health, I kind of want to heal much as possible. So have as much max HP as I can, so that I can. Yeah, so I need to make sure I don't have 3 in a row there. I need to lay off on the old mountains. Just stay off the strong stuff. And yeah, would have maybe put some spiders in with those vampires. Ooh, I don't know how long that's been there. Plus 1.5 damage for every potion used. The hero rushes into battle headlong and has a 75% chance to stun each enemy for a second. Armor is increased by 1 after every loop. So we're really... I think I've seen some people talking about this. I think it's actually better to take a lot later on. I think I'm going to go with this one. I like this one. Okay, we've got ourselves an Oblivion. Got ourselves an Oblivion. Ooh. Okay, so we can carry on our gravel work up here. Nice. Okay, and there's the grove we want. So this has vampirism, magic damage, but it's actually less damage, but it does the magic damage, but this one does damage to all. I think I'm kind of happy with the current weapon. So we definitely want the grove to be around here so I can use the blood grove. Grove is just going to likely be a slightly easier fight than the... And that's a little bit of treasure there. Going to be a slightly easier fight, so we won't even heal before we get into this fight. But yeah, going to be careful not to place any meadows in these spaces, so that I can maybe place adjacent treasuries over here. Wow, I've got a lot of meadows. Got a lot of meadows. So yeah, there's no big worry with... Let's have another grove over here. Though actually, we probably want help with these fights. I'm going to put grove over here. Partly like I don't want to waste cards too much. It would be nice to put a blood grove around here somewhere. Yeah, I'm liking the damage to all. If I can. Okay, we've got some gravel to put out. Okay, we'll put it up here. And again, don't want to throw these meadows away. Not really sure how valuable the resource you get for throwing away cards is, but okay, Blood Grove is definitely a high priority. We could put it here. I mean, I don't know if there's any benefit to having multiple Blood Groves. Nah, let's put it here to help out with this fight. And we've got our Goblin Camp, which is from placing 10 of these rocks and mountains. We could nuke it with Oblivion, but it's fine. They're fine. Yeah, it's kind of scary fight. I guess our damage to all is actually counteracting the vampire's healing on these guys, so that's that's okay. Okay, spider cocoon and rocks. We might get some of that memory resource if we get another card out of this enemy. Yeah, so we did get some memory fragments. So I did collect a load in the run that I forgot to press record on. The warm-up run, of course, yeah, but completely deliberate. No idiocy here. Yes, the idiocy is here. I have it. That idiocy you asked for, it's right here. Oh yeah, I probably want to actually be maximizing vampire fights. I think they drop pretty good loot. For example, like this bit of loot that I'm now going to immediately add. Check I've not got behind. Yeah, I've already looked at that weapon, so we'll leave that. Looks good. Looks good. Evasion. Liking the damage to all. It looks like I've got a lot of fights with a lot of enemies at once, so the damage to all is... Maybe that's what I go with. Maybe I try building towards a damage to all thing? Maybe. Not really sure what magic damage does. I don't know. I suspect that there are some enemies where they're weaker to magic damage. That's often how these things work. 20% attack speed seems like a pretty amazing amount of extra attack. Maybe it is. We'd be losing evasion and vampirism. Not sure about that. Okay, we've got a spider cocoon. We're definitely going to want to place that somewhere, and we can also get ourselves our mountain. So we're gonna. This area here is going to be. This is going to be the fight area. It's going to be very fighty around here, and we can get these mountains up here. So yeah, surround this with mountains and gravel. It's going to be glorious. So yeah, because these vampires I think they drop good loot. I have that impression. So I kind of want to maximize the number of fights with actual vampires in. So I'm telling myself anyway. I'm actually kind of at half health. I suppose I have upgraded my max health a chunk. So I'll probably have more health. You know, this isn't as dire as it looks. I'm not sure where those kind of arrows come from. Oh, is that the enrage? Is that the graphic to show that they're angry now? Okay, so this is a load more extra HP, but less defense and reducing our vampirism. And here's a cemetery, and I don't know, it's good, I think, to build things next to here. To stop, to kind of be in the way when the boss shows up. Maybe I will fight the boss on this run. So if that's the case, I want to hang on to my oblivions as a kind of high priority thing to be doing. I think I prefer having the vampirism and the defense. Well, wow, that looks very impressive. So it's got counter evasion and much more HP. So we'll go with that one. So I want to make sure that I don't have any oblivions kind of dropping off the end. I guess that's the main thing I want to think about here. Oh yeah, we've actually got some. So that means just making sure I don't kind of overfill my hand, or minimizing it. Just making sure I hang on to my oblivions for the kind of the boss's nonsense. I think this must just be an upgrade. And 13% vampirism. Now you're a cooker with gas. I like it. I love all this vampirism you got for me. You got it here. Okay, another village. Okay, yeah, so I did lose a card there. So let's put another village out. We could just have the longest village. Do we have any other? We could have a village here, so we get more vampire fights. Oops, need to post the village first, peasant. I've just somehow decided that vampire fights are what it's all about, and yeah, we're keeping these meadows to maybe go around this. Hopefully, we'll find some more treasuries. Hopefully. Dream. Yeah, so we want to have more mountains and rocks. So yeah, trying to make sure I don't lose oblivions. Okay, this is probably an upgrade. 2.4 regen per second and more damage. We're losing a bit of damage to all. We're losing all of our damage to all. I don't know how significant that is. But I guess 2 damage to all isn't that much. I suppose it's enough to counteract some of the vampire healing its allies. Okay. So this is counter evasion. I'm not really sure which I like here. Don't know. If in doubt, I think I will just leave things as they are. Ooh. Okay, that's the treasury one. So I think here is the place. If we place here, I don't think we can finish because those areas here... Oh no, we can place stuff on the edge there. But I'm going to place here because to encourage me to remember to put roadside stuff here. We could actually just put a meadow in there. Only benefits to that because it's not going to stop me placing additional treasuries. Yeah. Only benefits. No downsides. Oh, we've got a level up. Didn't notice that straight away. Every counterattack restores 3 times loop HP. See, this seems pretty good. Obviously, it means counter is going to be even better. 20% chance upon hit of stunning target for a second. Wow. So that could go with a kind of attack speed thing. And this is just straight up healing. Just for walking around. I like the idea of this. I mean, it just depends if I get good stuff with counterattack on it. I've got 10% counter now. Which, where's it all coming from? It's coming from this armor. This armor is going to be good for a while. Let's go with buckler. Let's try and remember to speak the words. Okay, what's this? So extra speed. Nah. Nah. Yeah, maybe it's attacking the attack to all doesn't really matter that much unless I've got, you know, tons and tons of it. I mean, that makes sense. But chip damage is still damage. I mean, okay. So obviously, the nice thing about the grove is it empowers us to have more blood groves. This is the goblins are kind of a challenging fight. Where are they actually hanging out? They're hanging out here. So we could actually put a grove here. And then maybe a blood grove later on. We definitely want to be placing stuff in here. We definitely want to be doing that. Okay, what's this? Just a regular sword. Ain't no big thing. So I've got to remember, we have a bonus on our counter that it heals us sometimes. Yeah, so here the lack of damage to all, I guess, is going to be pretty significant, even if it is only 1 damage, because it's a lot. It's going to add up to a lot of damage. So yeah, definitely want to make sure we hang on to our oblivions for later on. Oh, and I need to be building around the around my base too. I don't know how full my hand is going to be kind of ideally. The other weird thing is that because I've got vampirism, these fights, if they drag on a little bit, that actually kind of might work well for me. Orb of expansion. So put a bit of gravel out. Yeah, maybe this is maybe I kind of want maybe a few. A few more. Actually, we're unlikely to get more treasures there. Maybe we just want a few more empty spaces in our hands, so that we don't. So I'm just going to put this over here, just so that we definitely don't lose our oblivion. So the other thing is to not play things to the left of the oblivion, so that I get a bit of a warning. So it's patented peasant strat. You heard it here first. Micro strats. Okay, what's this? So our counter is buffed, but I think that's just weak. Okay, that's a vampirism 12%. So our vampirism is going to go up to 25%. That seems pretty good. We'll lose some defense. It's actually a downgrade, I think, in color turns. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna embrace my my inner goth and go full vampire. Once we've killed, at some point in the fight, we probably, well, Jesus, maybe we're gonna die here. At some point, the fight might turn around and we'll start healing in the fight. Just notice we've also used all of our potions. Yeah, going full vampire may have been a mistake. We just get some pretty cool loot from this fight though. Interesting cards. Wow, we nearly lost our Oblivion as well. So we definitely are going to want to heal. Yeah, so we're gonna place this village out here. More healing goodness. And the battlefield can go up here. Vampire Mansion. Yeah, so this area here has become a bit scary. It's become a slightly scary fight. Oh, let's see what we got loot-wise. So our counter is that we heal on counter, but we'll be losing loads of vampirism and regen. So this shield here has counter, massive defense increase. Yeah, so we'll go with that. And then this here is magic damage and damage to all. So we lost our damage to all. I feel like our damage to all is actually really good, so I'm gonna get that back. Just quickly check if I have any. Yeah, no damage to all there. And maybe we want a slightly less scary vampire fight in our lives, maybe over here or something. Yeah. And I think I'm going to place a load of meadows just because I don't want to lose that Oblivion. And maybe I could place some around this treasure, actually. The trouble is that then we could place subsequent treasuries kind of down, one here, maybe one here. Yeah, let's finish off a treasury and see if I can gain some nice loots. So yeah, as you can see, we get some treasure out of that. Okay, 15 to 23, damage to all, regen, evasion. I mean, it's going to be less regen, actually. But we're going to get 10% evasion. Our damage to all is... Yeah, we're losing quite a lot of regen per second. What's this weapon here? 5 damage to all. And it's got some defense on it. This regen per second, though, is pretty significant, I think. But maybe this is better. We've got a lot of fights with a lot of enemies going on. Seems to be just how it is around here. Yeah, so we're gonna place there, and we're gonna next treasure will go down here. Yeah. I mean, maybe we duck out. It feels like it's too early for that, but we are looking a bit sad. Looking like we're gonna get wrecked. I'm gonna press this button here. Okay, there's another Oblivion there. So if we do duck out, it'll be here. It looks like we've accumulated some useful stuff. I was hoping to fight the boss on this one. Just feeling a bit Feek and Weeble. We've regen per second's only 1.2, so I think it was a mistake to replace my sword that gave regen there. I think it might have just been a mistake. Gonna finish off this treasury and I hope it gives me better stuff. Just giving me some counter and arguably weaker. Let's give me some weaker stuff, and we've got to get through all these fights. I could just Oblivion so that I can kind of get out. We're going to get a pretty big heal. 30% heal when we get to here. But we're certainly not going to do much healing in combat because we don't have vampirism. We don't have much regen. So yeah, it feels like, I don't know, maybe I feel like I should be able to get to the end because we've done our hardest fights. So that's regen and vampirism. We've got a lot of damage to all going on. I like that. I like that. But of course, the second I pick this up, then I lose all that damage to all. So no, just we've used all our health potions as well. We are not in a good state. I mean, maybe it is just like oblivion, just so we get to the end. Actually, no, we can take these last fights. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I'm not that sure of it. I'm not that sure. What's this? 16% vampirism. So yeah, again, we lose our damage to all for the sake of vampirism. And some regen. Tricky. I mean, we've got loads of oblivions though. And we could... I mean, I did want to fight the Lich here, but I just don't think this loop has gone well enough for that to be the thing to do. So I will get to keep everything. My lord, what a chicken. I think I retreat here. So, so that's been that very chickeny one. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me. I've been Peasant, and thanks so much for your comments and tips. Really appreciate it. I've learned a lot. So yeah, cheers, and I'll catch you on the next one.